You're listening to the Superpower Podcast, Superpower Kids Edition, where author, philanthropist, and Superpower Kids founder Neva Lee Rekla inspires kids to discover their superpowers and change the world.
This is your Superpower Kid, Neva Lee Rekla. And today I'm super excited for what we're talking about. We are talking about product ideas for kids' business. So, have you ever had an idea of a product and you thought, wow, this is such an amazing idea. It's going to be an amazing invention. But then thought to yourself, well, is this going to sell? Am I going to make money from it? Will it even work? Well, I don't personally know how this works, but our guest today does. And her name is Carrie Jeske, and she is a direct licensee in the As Seen on TV category. And what that means is she gets to use the As Seen on TV in her brand, in her business, and all of that. So I'm super excited to talk to her today about product ideas for kids' business. So without further ado, will you please help me welcome our guest, Carrie Jeske. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Nayla. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you for coming on.
I am so excited to be here because kids are the greatest inventors, and I can help them without them having to spend a lot of money, without them having to do a lot of the normal steps that people kind of waste time and money on, like getting a patent and some things that are important but not necessary for As Seen on TV products. Yeah. So, I'd love to talk to your group about how they can license their product and make money just by sharing the idea with me, and then my company will fund everything.
That's awesome. So I have a question for you. What are your superpowers?
Oh my gosh, my superpower is being able to look at a product idea and tell you if it's already been on the market, already been tried, or if some company has already tested it and it's failed, then you don't want to waste your time and money on it. And that's a superpower because I'm spending literally all day looking at new product ideas and seeing what companies are testing and seeing whether those products succeed or fail. So I'm really sharp right now, and I think that's a very unusual superpower to have.
Yeah, I think that's also a really good superpower to have because you get to tell people, do you want to spend your time and money on this or not?
Yes.
So I think that's really cool.
It's kind of hard sometimes because sometimes people love their ideas, which they should. And I feel like sometimes maybe I have to rain on their parade. But I would much rather tell somebody, don't spend time and money on that because it's already been tried and it's failed. Spend your time and money on something different that hasn't been. And I see something different. It stands out, like a lightning rod to me. So when people are showing me their products, if it's unique, I immediately know that, and I'm like, wow, that could be the winner. I'll know right away.
Yeah, that's awesome. So can you explain more to our listeners and me about what does As Seen on TV mean?
Yeah, As Seen on TV is a section of shelves at Walmart. It's also in CVS or Walgreens, and you'll find it in Targets and other places. But if you go into a Walmart, there's sections like hardware, sporting goods, grocery, office supply, beauty supply. There's a section of shelves usually near the front of the store called As Seen on TV. And these are products that we've done a TV commercial for and put them in this section of shelves. Here's a little kind of a picture of it that you might see in the Walmart. I don't know if you can see that. I have this book that explains it all. Anyway,
that's cool.
It's a section of shelves. And so if your kids will go to Walmart, find the As Seen on TV section of shelves, they'll see the kinds of products that we're looking for. You might remember that loom bracelet. Do you remember that about 2-3 years ago? It was a little machine that made the loom bracelet. That's one of our products. So that's cool. A TV product. Anything that solves a problem.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So what was your inspiration to start working with As Seen on TV and start helping people out in those industries?
Yeah. Mostly my inspiration was that it's a speed to market strategy. So we go to market very fast. If one of your kids shows me an idea and we put it through our tests and those tests succeed, we can have the product on the Walmart store shelves in 6 to 12 months. That's lightning fast. And they didn't have to buy a patent on it. They didn't have to spend a lot of money on product development. So what drew me to it was everyday people could play in the game of inventing without risking a lot of money. And I have been inventing for 15 years, and I've seen many people or talked to many people. They've spent their kids' college education on their idea. They've spent their 401ks on their idea. They've invested a lot of money. They've borrowed money on their idea. And that's a very big risk for people to take. If I can help people not risk that kind of money and find out early if it's going to be successful, and then if it is successful, we'll pay for all the big expenses, get it to market quick, and the inventor ends up making more money too, because these are home run product ideas. They're sold right at the front of the store where a lot of product inventory turns. So a kid inventor could make a minimum $330,000, could be like 1.1, and the average product, if you look at the average product on that store shelf, the average inventor is making about $4.2 million.
Wow.
So it's gigantic, the money that can be made. And the cost of getting in wasn't that much. And that's what really drew me to it. I felt like I could help more people.
Yeah, that's really cool, I think. Because it actually reminds me I have a dream to make $1 million. Even though I know this animal is not $1 million, I want to get a pet pig. My parents and I made an agreement that if I make $1 million, I can get a pet pig. Absolutely. And I want to name it Hamlet Chicharrones Recla.
That's wonderful. I'm on your pet pig bandwagon.
Thank you. So I think that the as seen on TV products is like, it's such a cool like industry. I watch YouTube videos on it. And so like, have you met somebody and like, did they help you with your inspiration?
I've met so many people along the way that have helped me with my inspiration. My husband and I started, 20 years ago with inventing our own products. And I'd been president of a technology company, so I thought it was going to be easy. I thought I was real smart and I knew how to do it. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And so I feel like I've made every mistake you could possibly make over 20 years. And I've met a lot of people that have helped me. And I've met some people that took my money and didn't offer me anything. So, it's up and down. But a lot of people that have helped me, and that does inspire me to help other people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the idea of helping people and like also learning to teach other people to help people in need, but also like learning myself like the roller coaster that is business and life. Like you have some ups, but with ups there's always the downs, so
right. The downs,
so fun.
Learn that everybody loves to be up, and I love the time of up. But the downs, if you can pick yourself up and move forward and after a failure, those things you keep in your heart. When you fail and it hurts, you don't make that mistake again. You touch the hot stove, you don't touch the hot stove again. So it's really a great learning experience. If people can just sort of reboot and not take it so personal and not be like, oh, my life's over because I failed. No way. Your life just began because you failed.
Exactly. So we can talk more about this, but we actually have to take a quick break. But can you remind people where they can go to find out more about you?
Yeah. InventiveIdeas.com or willitlaunch.com. And my email is Carrie, Carrie, @willitlaunch.com.
Awesome. Well, definitely go check that out because she is awesome. So we've been talking with Carrie Jeske about product ideas for kids business. We'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/the net to learn more.
Okay, we're back and we've been talking with Carrie Jeske about product ideas for kids' business. So we actually have to do funny FaceTime.
Okay.
So we're going to make our funniest faces in 3, 2, 1. Those are good funny faces. I have one that I do a lot, which is this one. But it always seems to hurt my jaw, so I've learned to not do that anymore.
My 8-year-old nephew tells me to make my man face, and it's like...
That's funny. So I have a question for you. What were you like as a kid?
I was a salesperson as a kid. In 6th grade, I was selling cinnamon toothpicks that I invented myself or that I made. I went and bought the cinnamon and the toothpicks, and I was selling them in school.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of myself. I'm quite the negotiator and the salesperson. I don't always succeed, but I don't always fail, so.
Try again.
Yep.
No, begin again, one level higher.
Yep, exactly. So what did you like to play with and do as a kid besides sell people?
Yeah, I was kind of
I think that's awesome.
Always active. It seemed like the girls were just sitting around talking all the time when I was little. So I liked to hang out with the boys a lot. I played baseball and I played, kill the man with the ball, football, and I was very active. I was always, crawdad fishing or just running through the woods, trying to build clubhouses.
That's awesome.
I have a lot of energy. Even today, I have a lot of energy. And so I need to do things. Today, I play pickleball, and I've always done sports, and that helps, dispel a lot of the energy, kind of work it out.
That's awesome. I've never heard of the game pickleball.
It's new. It's the fastest growing sport in America. And, it's amazing. There's people playing in their 80s and 90s. And there's also in their 20s people playing. And there's kids playing now. I bet it'll probably be in the schools. I would say within the next 5 years, you're going to find kids playing pickleball in 5th grade PE. How
do you play it?
It's on a badminton court, but it's like tennis, only you play with a wiffle ball and a paddle. And so it's a great fun game, and it's all the rage, especially out in Florida where people are retired. But where I live in Kansas City, we've got a real cool restaurant and a whole yard game and kids area and 8 pickleball courts.
That's awesome. I like that. One of my favorite games to play is when we go to trampoline parks and there's dodgeball.
Oh yeah, I love dodgeball.
Yeah, so do I.
Do you like dodging or do you like hitting?
I'm more of a dodger because if you don't make eye contact with people, actually, no, that's a bad idea. If you don't make eye contact with people, they are going to hit you.
Yeah.
But if you give them if you stare at them and you show them that that you're kind of a threat.
You're ready.
Yep. And there's actually a time where I was playing and somebody whacked me in the back with a dodgeball. And I realized I was out. And I was walking out to go and be out of the game. And somebody else, or the same person I couldn't see, whacked me in the leg.
Oh, no.
As soon as I was walking out. I'm like, I get it. I'm out.
Yeah. I think that skill of looking people in the eye and being alert That's a business skill to look people in the eye, but also as a kid, it's a safety skill because when I'm out in the world, I'm always aware of my surroundings. I'm always looking around, looking at people in the eye. If you're going to come after me, you're going to go down, I'm going to go down fighting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like doing sports like that. It's fun for me, and especially since you're doing it on a trampoline. So not only are you dodging and hitting people, but you're also like, you can do tricks and stuff to get away from the ball. Like you can like straddle jump and the ball will miss you.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's also ping pong. I love to play. It's fun when seeing how high you can get the ball.
Yep.
I love like just playing and seeing how high I can get it, and then seeing if I can hit it again before it goes to the next person. I love doing that.
Cool. That seems like a good tip.
Exactly. So when you were a kid, you like being outside? Did you like playing with animals?
Yeah, we had hunting dogs. My dad was a hunter when I grew up, so we had a couple of hunting dogs. He said we couldn't make them pets because they had a job to do, but we loved them. And then I had a boyfriend that brought me a cat one time, and he was gonna. I didn't want the cat, and he was gonna put it in his trunk and take it home, and I couldn't stand the idea of that. So I said, no, I'll keep the cat, and I ended up marrying that guy. I'm still married to him after 32 years. So awesome. I love that cat.
That's awesome.
And
I actually, when I was younger, for about 1.5, 2 years of my life, we were on a ranch, and we had chickens, bunnies. We had two big dogs. And one of them would actually wrap himself around my stroller, which was so darn cute. And then their names were Duke and Daisy. And then we had like 3 smaller dogs. And their names were Maisie, Moxie, and Mochi.
That's a lot of pets.
Yeah.
We have one of our As Seen on TV products is called My Fun Fish. And it's a way to have a fish. You can't hardly clean the fish tank out very good. It's a lot of It's like a little spout that you pour in new water, and then the old yucky water comes out the spout, and so you don't really scrub it or anything. You just keep adding water. Yeah, so pet products are really good. If any kids that have pet product ideas, especially for dogs, that's very popular now. People are taking their dogs everywhere. Back when I was growing up, nobody would take a dog into a restaurant, and now everybody takes dogs to restaurants.
Pretty much. Yeah, I love doing crafts and stuff for my dog, and most of the time they end up with my dolls because she doesn't use them. But I tend to like to dress her up sometimes using Cabbage Patch doll clothes or any doll clothes that fit her because she's a toy schnauzer, so she's super small.
Yeah.
And she doesn't always appreciate it. But
no. I bet she looks horrible.
Yeah, she does. And then I made her a cooling scarf once, and it was like a wet scarf that I froze and then put it on her neck, and it worked.
That's a product now. You realize the cooling scarf is a product now.
I have one.
Buy cooling scarves for dogs.
I have one for myself.
You're an inventor. You had a product, and you had it first.
Pretty much.
Why did I think of that?
So we actually have to do something super fun, which I like to call Super Neva questions. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and basically you'll answer them as fast as you can, and I'll ask them as fast as I can.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Answers. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Same. What's your favorite animal?
Lion.
Ooh. If you could be any inanimate object, what would it be?
Any inanimate object? Does a tree count? Is it inanimate object?
I don't know with trees because they're kind of alive.
Yeah, let's go with a picture.
Picture. I like pictures. Would you rather have a pet dragon or a pet unicorn?
Unicorn.
I'm
No,
probably
I think dragon. I think I might have to go to dragon. I'm dragon.
I'm a dragon person. Just dragon right behind me.
I think dragon is cool. Unicorns are fun and friendly, but I'd rather hop on a dragon and fly.
Yeah. It would be fun to have both and then raise them from a very young age, like whenever they like hatch or in this existence, and then I don't know how dragons and unicorns come. They're like magical creatures. They could just poof.
Yeah.
But like you could raise them from a very young age, and then the unicorn and the dragon would become best friends, and then you could just travel all over the world.
So, do you think the dragon and unicorn are mythical creatures, or were they real creatures that became extinct?
I think they're mythical. I still think there's dragons and unicorns out there.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, my dog is kind of a dragon and unicorn herself, so.
In spirit.
In spirit, yeah. She can't quite breathe fire or have a horn, so she's almost there.
Dragons might be real animals that went extinct, because there's some early archaeological evidence where people did cave drawings and they drew pictures of a creature that looks a lot like a dragon.
Huh. That's awesome.
I don't know, though.
Would you rather live in a hot tub full of hot fudge that works, but you have to live there for the rest of your life, or a pool you still have to live here for the rest of your life, filled with giant marshmallows around this big, but it's like a 14-foot pool?
I think I got to go with the bigger pool. I like more area to roam in.
Yeah, and it's only filled with marshmallows. It's not like water, so you don't have to worry about holding your breath. Yeah,
still, if I'm going to be there for the rest of my life, the larger the space, the better.
Exactly, because you can always move the marshmallows around, toss them out, and make stuff out of them.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think that'd be a lot more comfortable, because like you'll feel like you're floating on clouds. And
unless
then
you eat the fudge and then reduce the space, and then you have the fudge. But I still think the pool with the marshmallows is better go.
Because then you can basically build a house there, and it's not like a small crammed in space.
And it would be a nice pillow, sleeping on a marshmallow would not be bad.
Oh, wouldn't it? And then you could like make it very thin and make a nice blanket out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's many ones. Would you rather be a fairy, a gnome, or an elf?
Elf.
Really? I would like to be either, actually, because like I think a gnome's pretty awesome, fairy's pretty awesome, and so is an elf. They're all like magical creatures.
That a fairy flies. I like the idea of being small and being able to fly around. That I almost chose elf. I don't think I'd be a gnome because they just stand around. I think I chose elf because I think elves work harder, and I like to work. I like to get things done, and elves seem like they're always busy working on something.
Yeah. I mean, it would be kind of nice to be a gnome, though, because, like, they're still magical creatures, and they help, like, kind of guard the land, so.
That's true. That's true. That's a gnome.
There's ups and downs with a fairy, you have a downside, because people aren't really going to understand or see you.
Right.
With a gnome and an elf, it would be easier. But then, like, you still wouldn't be able to really be understood because I think you speak a different language.
Yeah, but you can spy on people. I always think of elves kind of spying on people and then reporting back, Santa, are you good or bad? I like that idea.
Yeah, so do I.
But I don't really like being the tattletale, but I like being the investigator.
Yeah. I want to be, I like being a spy sometimes and just, like, sneaking around areas and peeking, like sneaking around, and like sometimes even if I know my parents are watching me and I look like a freaking dork doing it, but like I try to like army crawl to the cupboard to get a snack sometimes. and just like
Yeah.
pretend that I have to like sneak.
Yeah.
And I also like, we have tiles on our floor, and so I like skipping over one and going to like the next one instead of like walking regularly and like trying not to step on like the little tiny crevices between them. I have a lot of fun.
Me and my two sons play sneak around the house games all the time, where we
That's
sneak
awesome.
around, then somebody just like suddenly appears, like you thought you were alone, you didn't know, and then there they are, and it's like
Oh, that's awesome. My sister actually does something. My half sister, she actually like, whenever I'm like doing my makeup or something in the bathroom and I leave the door open, and she like does something where she like peeks around where you just see like her eyes into her head,
yeah,
and she just goes,
yeah, and waits for you to see her.
because like I don't always see her.
No,
and it's interesting because I'm like, what? Like,
yeah.
And then I try to do it to her.
Because somebody could be watching.
Yep. And it's like, I try to do it to her, and she doesn't get scared around it. I'm like,
yeah.
she's the person that can easily scare me, but she's not easily scared.
Mm. That's her superpower.
Yep.
Fearless.
Fearless, pretty much. And also, it's probably because she's like 9 years older than me, so.
Wow. Got a little advantage.
Yep. So I just realized we sadly have to wrap up, but will you once again tell people where they can go to find out more about you?
Willitlaunch.com, WILLITLAUNCH.com, or inventiveIdeas.com. Carrie Jeske, I got a ton of YouTube videos. Check me out there too and subscribe.
Awesome. Again, definitely go check her out because she's just so amazing and inspirational. So, Carrie, would you like to join me in the sign-off?
I would love to.
Okay. Remember, kids. So you say, and we can change the world.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Ready.
Remember, kids, we all have superpowers, and we can change the world. Awesome. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Thanks, Neva. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Superpower Up podcast, Superpower Kids Edition. Go now to superpowerkids.com and discover your superpowers today.